Hi everybody, welcome back to our 5-minute crafts. In this week's session we are going to be making these little paper kites. Okay, so the main materials we need for this craft are some paper, a scissors and some string. Now what I would say to you about the paper is use a lightish kind of paper if you have it. Card is going to be too heavy to use for the kites. It doesn't have to be coloured. If you just have white paper that's fine because we're going to be decorating. So the other things you will need, if you have a stapler, a hole punch, some glue and some markers. Now the optionals to add some decoration are some feathers, maybe some stickers and a little bit of glitter if you have some, and some crepe paper. Okay guys, so the first step is we're going to fold our paper to form the shape. Now, in case I didn't mention earlier on, this is an A4 size sheet, so that's probably the best size to work with if you have it. So we're going to fold it in half like that. And the next step is we're going to take the corner and bring it down to the center, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So this forms the shape of the bird's wings. And if you have a stapler, you can just staple that there. So this is your shape. If you don't have a stapler, you could use some glue as well. Okay, so the next step is we want to draw out the shape for our little bird's beak. So we're just going to do a triangle shape. So I'm just drawing it out here. And we'll just take our scissors. Now, as I say, if you don't have coloured paper at home, you can always take some white paper, and maybe if you have a marker you can colour in the colours you require. I would suggest doing that before you assemble your kite, just so your paper is all ready to go, rather than trying to do it when it's assembled. Okay, so this is where we're going to insert our little bird's beak. I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, and we'll just add a little bit of glue, just a small bit, just to hold it inside. So that's our little bird's beak. So the next part is we're going to add some eyes to our bird. Now I'm using these little sticker googly eyes, but obviously if you don't have these, you can use any kind of googly eyes, or even just use your marker to draw in the eyes on your bird. Okay, so I'm just going to stick one there and one there. So the next part is we're going to add a little feathery tail to our bird. So I've just taken a piece of coloured paper and I've folded it across like so. And I'm just going to draw out kind of a feathery shape here for the bird's tail. Now, I folded it over so then when we cut it out we'll actually have it'll butterfly out on both sides. Now, as I say, if you don't have coloured paper, you could even use, if you had any kind of nice old sort of wrapping paper, you can recycle that. So now we have the feathers for the tail. So as we had the paper folded over, it just gives it a little more movement if we do it on the overlap. So we're going to glue our tail in there. So we simply add a little bit of glue there on that side, and maybe a little piece here. And as I said earlier, you're better off using lightish kind of paper. So then when you take your kite outside, it will fly for you. Now, and you can give it a little bit of a curl with your scissors. Okay guys, so this is pretty much your bird made up. So the last thing we need to do is take our hole punch and just add some string. So I'm just going to slide in a hole punch. As I said to you before about a hole punch, if you don't have one, you can just simply use maybe a pointy pencil will punch a hole, or just the corner of your scissors. So then we're ready to thread our string through. And I would say to you, obviously when you're making your kite, to keep your string quite long if you can. So hopefully when you take it outside and there's a little bit of wind outside, it'll fly quite high for you. So I'm just going to tie it there. And that's pretty much your basic shape made for your kite. Okay guys, so there's lots of options then. Once you've got your basic shape made up for decorating, I've simply added some stickers onto this guy here. Also, I made a smaller little bird here, and on this one I added some of these little feathers. Now you could really embellish it quite a lot by putting lots of little feathers, because feathers are quite light, so they shouldn't affect how it's going to fly once you take it outside. The other option is you can cut some crepe paper if you have some at home, just long strips, and they look really nice when it's flying. So guys, the other option, if you don't have any feathers or stickers or any of those kind of things, you can just simply use your marker and just add some detail like that. I've just started making some marks in where the feathers might be on your bird. So you can really add lots of nice detail there with the black marker. So here's a selection of some of my bird kites that I made. On this guy here I actually used some brown paper that I had, and I added some little legs and feet there, so that's kind of cute. So basically just experiment with whatever materials you have. Have fun making your kites, and hopefully you'll get outside to play with them, and I will chat to you soon.